All right, we are live. Let's make sure everything's make sure we can hear everything. Can, can you hear everything? All right. Yeah, so I've got Buy Me a Coffee, I've got Fiverr, and oh, there was another one. I can't remember what it was. Anyways, I'm trying to get all these links tacked to this YouTube. So, but hey, did you watch my? Did you watch my? Crap. I did a view on. There was a bomber back in 2020, so I did this view on the bomber, and I'm looking at it and looking at it, and there's this, I got all this data down, and that damn target is worth $500,000 if we can solve it. If we can figure out who the bomber is, where they're at, and get all this information down, it's a $500,000 target. We only need one of those targets a year in order to live off this shit. So, anyways, you guys ready to take a look at this data? Yeah, yeah, exactly. I would be going out to eat every. Well, no, I wouldn't. I'd probably stay home, but just eat much better than I do. All right, so let me get this repositioned here, guys. All right, can you guys see that data? All right. So this is Dark Soul. I met him on. He is off of Tip CC. So met him on Tip CC. He's just somebody from India, and he's trying hard. And I try to explain to him um, how to do this. So it's been a rough couple of tries, but I think he's getting there. So plus he's got great handwriting, you know, compared compared to mine. Yeah, yeah. Unlike my handwriting, which is absolutely atrocious. So okay, what does that make? To I can't read his 629. Huh, I wonder what that was. All right, so we got heavy, dark, delicate, or can be old, middle, wetty, working, cuboid, harsh, rough, bitten, joy. Well, that's a bunch of good nouns. Not sure. I got to talk to him about throwing a couple, maybe sketches or. Well, the funny thing is, he's got doodles down here. You see these doodles? Yeah, I'm wondering if that has something to do with something. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see if that actually has any meaning. Yeah, right. Wouldn't that be funny if it's kind of like an unconscious doodle of something that actually. What the hell is that? I know, but what are these little dots here? Right. Okay. Are we? I can't tell if I'm. I can't tell if I'm actually showing the target. Oh, there it is. Okay, I got it. So you have a plate-like surface, white flat surface. Well, this is it. This is interesting. I'm just like I'm dying here because you've got a lot of cool visuals. That is that is whose target is this? I like it. I mean, why not, right? So we, yeah, yeah. So we got white, gray, flat. I can't read cursive. A patio. Like a. Glass wall, window, like a park or campus. Artificial light, something like a book. It's almost like he's saying this like a park setting. Uh, quiet, comfortable. Oh no, that. Oh, you're here. Awesome. What? So what is this? What does this say? Hey, did you get a feeling of any? Did you get any feeling of power generation, or just power? Maybe. Okay. So cool. That. So why you just grabbed a random piece of paper and whipped that out, or dude? How many minutes did you spend on this? It's amazing how much good work can be done in a very short amount of time. It just blows me away. It's absolutely amazing how good work can be done in short time. That is well, thank you, man. That is really cool. Well, I don't have powder. I don't have a building or park-like setting. I literally saw a building next to a river, green trees, the structure, and the other thing I got was, oh, you don't have it. On round two, it was a industrial building, and I that was at 609. So at six, yes. So that I'm looking for your target number, and then I got the wrong date and the wrong target. There it is. So one of the things I got was a factory or a plant, workers, hard hats, people, fencing. But I got a sense of resonant energy. It's kind of like like you said, kind of like a feel for energy. And the other thing I kind of felt like was maybe this is the reactor, Diablo Canyon reactor in California. I just got this. It's a nice area with a round structure near mountains, and that's that's the name that came up. Diablo Canyon in California. So that was my guess, and I know my guesses are usually wrong. Yeah, yeah. So what was the target? Well, with your powder and your description, which matches, who was this that? Who was that just blue? Okay, with blues and yours, I'm thinking it's a park-like setting, and then maybe there's a sand or a park area. I mean, God, I don't know. The red floor is killing me, but I don't know. I'm thinking a park. I mean, an actual park. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm. I don't know. I mean, what does it feel like to you guys? You, you don't feel a you don't feel a hum or anything to it? Huh. Well, I kept in the distance. I kept feeling the guys in hard hats. So that's kind of. But then again, I might be on the wrong target completely. I mean, I'm. So yeah, yeah, I'm way off course. So what do we got? I hit it. Really? Oh, look at that. Oh my God, is that, are you kidding me? Awesome. Oh my God. Oh no, no, no. I'll tell you what, Diablo Canyon has a rounded building, and Apollo 7 moon landing has a rounded structure. Wow. That's friggin' awesome. So all of us actually hit it. Park-like setting, hell yeah. Weird artistic structures. Oh, it is, and it's covered. It's covered, yeah, and it's covered with powder. Yeah. Wow. Damn it! I thought I was so far off. Well, I mean, I my guess was, but yeah, exactly, exactly. So let me pull up a pic real quick. More images. Yeah, yeah. There's your fantastic artsy structures. There's all that powder that you're talking about. I mean, and there's your red glow. Oh, that is so cool. Yeah. That's a funny thing. It's like, oh my God, that is so cool. I think it did. I think it landed. Let's go for all. I think it landed in one of the big craters. Let's go to Wikipedia. I hate Wikipedia. Oh, where did they land? I think they landed in the Sea of Tranquility. Yeah, they landed in the Sea of Tranquility, which is a big ass crater, and it's just a flat spot. So that's cool. I mean, I thought it. I thought it was a big ass crater. Was it a lava outflow or what was it? I mean, I thought it was a crater. The Mirror of Tranquility, Tranquility Base. I can't pull up a Sea of Tranquility. What is it? A lunar mirror that sits within the Tranquilities basin in the moon. Huh. Okay. All right. Where am I here? Oh, gotcha. That's friggin' cool. I mean, that is amazing. Um, so there was resonant energy. It was just not what I thought it was. It definitely wasn't a reactor. So I was wrong. There was a worker with a hard hat, but there were no trees. No, and it wasn't a factory. So my stuff was all wrong. But right, right, exactly. And Yeah, I wonder if we would have kept looking at it, if we could have actually discerned, kept tearing it apart to relook at our data, if we could have actually come to the conclusion that it was on the moon. Because yeah, Wave House. So you wrote Wave House, WAVE house, warehouse. Gotcha. Okay. And powder. I love that powder that you drew. So that is really cool. I mean, I think we did really good. No clear winners, but damn, that's a lot of cool information. And then you got artificial light, open like a park or a campus, glass walls or windows, quiet, comfortable. That is cool. That is really cool. Okay, okay. So let's go down to oh, geolocation target. All right, so let's start with Dark Soul. Yeah, we got Dark. Greenery, a little greenery. Rocks. Rocks are artistic. Yeah, that was I really like that data. That is really good data. So what is this? China. Okay, so you got China deep in the mountains, body of water, lake surrounded by mountains. So the target, right? You're saying the target was the lake or the mountain? Okay. Mm-hmm. Hey, did Blue wanna try? Is he still on? Oh, that's too bad. Uh, oh, that's okay. It is. It is. Hey, Manus, did you wanna try real quick on the chat? Just take a guess on geolocate. Is he active? Well, did Manus didn't put anything down for the geolocate, right? Oh, you have. Where is it? Oh, excellent. Okay. Hey, Dumbrel, did you upload any data? You did. Oh, so look for Dumbrel's data. I tell you, Lynn, we need to get it once we get bigger. and our contest is a lot more known. We're gonna have to get some technical guys in the background taking care of all this. Oh my goodness. Some a temple of Buddhists. I like it. Okay. And this is numbered rugged, ocean, rotor drone, metal, lukewarm, blue, looks like a bubble, gravel, electricity, white, something flowing under, bridge ship, oil pump, looks whipped cream, extremely long circular tube, particle accelerator, control panel, black, yeah, white, yellow, lion, feels like forest underneath, orange, yellow swimming, blue rags forming screen, almost feels portal, top view, side view, what in the world? It looks like a particle accelerator. Map, ocean, land, oh, damn. UK2, feels industrial, chimney, cleats, smoke, weed, not really. Huh. Not sure what that is, but I am going to go with it. Okay, so are you guys want to take one last stab at the reveal? Okay, well, if we go back through all the data, everybody says it's Dark Souls says it's a mountain. You've got a mountain and a pond. Even yeah, even he says it's a mountain and a shrine. And then Dumbledore is all over the place. Uh, particle accelerator. Well, you never know. So, anyways, the target is Mount Fuji, and the picture I was going off of was I Mount Fuji. Yeah. So the picture I was going off of was a beautiful Buddhist temple, Mount Fuji, and had Mount Fuji in the background. So Mana is actually the closest because it's this one right here. You see that picture right there? That's the one I literally was gonna use. It's a wallpaper, and you've got a nice Buddhist temple looking thing right there, or apartments, but I don't know, it has a Buddhist feel. There you go. So Mana, yeah, yeah, he actually hit the target. Now, what was his guess for the location? Did he have a location? So the data was beautiful. I mean, that is awesome. That is dead nuts on. And if he could have just said Japan, I would have said, oh yeah. But yeah, fantastic. His data is absolutely gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And even yours, well, even yeah, but even yours, that looks like a damn lake sitting in front of that mountain because of all the buildings and the clouds and shit. It kind of looks like a lake. So you had a feel for it, but you thought it was water instead of buildings. And that's that's really impressive, guys. that's that's awesome. Okay, so we are back to. Okay, so he won the Manus won the geolocate. What do you want to do for the contest? Let me get down to. You want to do a? Do you want to do a random number? Okay. Yeah, but I can't win, so that means two, right? Okay, so we got two people who are gonna possibly take this. Number two. Who's number? Who's number two? Congratulations, man. Well, we will have to notify him later. That is really cool. Yeah. Well, the other thing we can do, if he has we could also do it. I've been doing it through the Discord. I haven't actually taken money off it, but I've actually sent money around on the Discord. I know I've talked about that a couple times. It's just I haven't got all the details down, but you can actually withdraw money from the Discord. So it will be interesting to when I get more time to actually work on getting a setup to allow easier access. But we'll work on that later. You know, it's funny. Um, I don't know. Dark Soul really did good on his. Yeah, yeah. I gotta let him know that he did fantastic. He didn't get it, but he did really fantastic. And Rocky's some kind of very large mountain or shrine. It's just awesome. So hey, there's Blue Dove. Okay. Ah! Well, there it is. I look at and if you can you see that picture line? Look at that. Are you so are you talking about this picture here, Blue? Uh, there's the red. There's all the round little protrusions, and then it is a warehouse type structure with glass walls. He's right. We were looking at the earthbound version and not the target itself. We were looking at the where it launched from. Sure. It's HTTP. It's KennedySpaceCenter.com. Let me copy. I will paste it in general. Uh, where is where is general? Contest point one. Where's random? Okay, there it is. Off topic. Okay, so yeah, it's an off topic. Mer, yeah, Meritocratic landing date. Why would we be looking? So he's got an actual coordinates on the moon. Why would we be looking at this target? It really is no wonder I was thinking it was friggin' Diablo Canyon because I mean, damn, you got trees, you got round structures, you got upright. I mean, it looks like an industrial, and no wonder it was friggin' humming because there's power all over the place there. The thing is, there's no mountains. Why did I see a mountain? Oh my God, there's such. Well, here's a great picture. This is exactly what I saw right here. You, that's that red brick or red concrete driveway too. Uh, it, there's your water flowing. There's your. That's the same damn. Why are we looking here though? I just don't get it because that's not the target. I know we're not great viewers, but you would think that we would at least. Oh my God, look at that. You're not kidding. That just yeah. Wow, that is amazing. Dude, this is scary as shit, man. I mean, we're picking up on multiple targets. We're not. Wow, but we all hit the same thing. All right, well, that's a win, Dumbledore. That is just absolutely incredibly awesome that your target. Yeah, that that was crazy. That was crazy. I got goosebumps on that one. So, God, hopefully next week is going to be just as interesting because I don't know how you're going to top that. That's going to be crazy. All right. So, well, damn, guys. Thank you, man. That's just absolutely mind blowing. All right, Lynn. We got to go with round two. There's got to be a follow up on this. I mean, we got to do something twice as good next week because that is just amazing. Look at that. That's I thought I was just totally off, and now it's just I just don't know. I definitely got the when I tried to locate it, I definitely got it wrong. But I'll tell you what, that is just crazy scary. I want to take one more look at your data. I personally think that you were picking up the dust from the moon, but you were also picking up what we were looking at, and then so your shit. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know a lot of your words. A lot of your words came out, man-made objects, hangers, uh, in the room. So it's almost like you're describing two things. So a long vertical stick. All the rockets there. I mean, I don't know. I'm just guessing here, but damn, I'm impressed as hell. So, all right, that was exciting. What do you want to? What do you want? Right. 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 But it's kind of amazing the fact that we're stacking the static images to look at. Instead of looking at one image, we've got two images. We've got the target that you were picking up on, and then we've got the space center for whatever reason we're looking at that target. So it's yeah, I mean it's possible that we're overlapping. I've done that quite frequently. I've when I try to do auras and I got two people in the same room, I'll actually combine their auras. So it's like, why is there why am I seeing two different things? Yeah. Or something, yeah, or something related to the event, yeah. Right. There's a rover that had broke down on Mars. I'm trying to remember which rover it is, but there's a rover that went to sleep on Mars and never woke up. It would have been fun to actually locate and look at that target. I probably shouldn't have said anything. Probably should have made that the next week's target, but I know front loaded. I know that's too bad because that would have been an awesome target. Uh, but stuff like that. So stuff like that where we have a target on a different planet. I mean, is this going to be a common occurrence where we're actually seeing something that we can understand and the target? So if I want to view something that's like a black hole, I want to set that as a target, a black hole, Cygnus X1. Am I going to see the hardware that looks at it, or am I going to see Cygnus X1? What is my remote viewing skills going to put on paper? Because well, we're going to have to try it. So at some point, we're going to have to view stellar objects. We're going to have to view microscopic objects. We're really going to have to push this boundary because now I'm like really interested to see how we can work past our our brain. We're going to have to get. We want to see something that we recognize. Our brain wants us to see forests and trees and buildings and people. But the Earth is made up of more than those things. Have you seen a tardigrade? A tardigrade is a small water bear. It lives in the water in moist environments. They're almost indestructible, and they're all over the place. So, I mean, if we're going to view a tardigrade being experimented on in space, we're going to have to get past this psychological block that we have to put it in a perspective that we know. So, how, well, how do we get past that? What about wording this in, if we have a target that's really unusual, could we actually front load it with the fact by saying something like, look at it, um, I want to describe a target that's not normal, so I want you to look at it with, but you still need simple nouns. I mean, if I want something that's really unusual to look at, and I want to describe it simply, just, I guess for the, I guess you'd have to front load it with simple nouns only. I mean, that's a tough one. You know, the slit field experiment was where a single photon goes through a double slit, and then um, they record the output on a graph, and the graph shows different things. When you when you have yeah, so if I want to view the point in time and space of that slit field experiment to do this on my own, again, I'm stuck with the fact that you're looking on a microscopic scale and there's no way for somebody to describe it. So if I want to have somebody target it, then I would have to either front load with look at the slit or look at simple nouns only. Because there would be no way, people would be identifying things around the experiment rather than the experiment. Just like what we did. We didn't, you know, we would have to, for that experiment alone, we would have to focus in. So no. So right. Right. And that's a scary thing, is our vocabulary limits what we can see or how we can see it. Yeah. Well, that is freaking cool. Well, hey, Minus, congratulations, man. You did awesome. You did, yeah. So, was he here when I showed the target? No, I mean, was he just came on? Was he here when I showed him the target for the geolocate? Okay. Okay, I just wanted to show him the picture from my geolocate. So if you can see that, that was the target picture. So you nailed it. So I just wanted to let you know. I mean, you didn't give me the location, but you definitely nailed everything else, man. It looks beautiful. All right. Well, cool. So for next week, what are we gonna do? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. It just amazes me that how we come up with this, and how not only do we come up with this, but how we do it in such a short amount of time on the back of a piece of paper. All this information so quickly comes to us. It's just scary cool how this actually works. Yeah. Well, exactly. It's just like this target. Well, we missed the target, but we damn near nailed where it came from. So yeah, I agree. I mean, maybe the aspect is not we're awesome. Let's just throw it out there. We're awesome, and yeah, we are pretty good amateurs. Right. Right. Yeah, looking back at some of our past data is just amazing. So, and yeah, they're clear misses, but wow. So, all right. Well, cool. Um, yeah, did we have any new postings on the future forecast? For January? Did any? Yeah. You know, I haven't looked. What do they got? Yeah, market fluctuation. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the sad thing is our election is going to be interesting, and it's going to cause chaos, and we're going to have a lot of market fluctuation when all the crap happens. So, yeah. No, and you're not gonna. You mean in the U.S. the event that's gonna happen? Okay, so January 6th is the day they hand over the power to Trump. So a lot of the events are going to be centered around January 6th, and then it's going to continue on, and there's going to be a bunch of dumb people doing dumb things, and it's well, it's going to suck, you know. And then you're going to have the crazies come out of the woodwork. So we've had copycat killers doing copycat things. In fact, one of my predictions was the copycatters are going to come out, and the FBI is going to pick them up. So in December, there were copycat killers trying to go kill after CEOs. And now there's going to be copycat killers who like to drive into crowds waving the ISIS flags. And with January 6th, you're going to have copycat killers wanting to take out the president. I mean, it's just, I don't know why, I don't know why people think it's a good idea to copy other stupid people. I mean, they hand out Darwin Awards to these people who are just so incredibly. I think they've got a death wish or something, and they go after high profile targets, and then they get lit up, and you know, and then you never, you don't understand why they do this. Did you see the Trump Tower manifesto? Did you read it? Did you read his manifesto? Well, no, no. The guy wrote this whole long rambling thing about the UFOs and the drones and how they're Chinese and American drones and all this about how and why it's happening. It was like, it's like, how much of this is pure fantasy and how much of this make believe, and why did this guy do that? You don't normally drive up to a tower and randomly put a gun under your chin. He he experienced some trauma, and then he loaded a Tesla with fireworks, gasoline, and then shot himself and blew himself up at the same time. Now, well, my question is, who set him up? How did he get so twisted around that somebody set him up? It would be interesting to find out if he was literally played or somebody actually set him up. Not set him up as in set him up, made him do it, but somebody set him up so he wanted to do it. You know what I mean? Somebody pushed him. Oh yeah, yeah. It's just sad that he's a bit player and he's blew himself up. But I mean, there's it to me is curious as to why they would do it. There's a reason why that you would tell somebody to go do this event, please, and then they go and yeah, aliens. So, anyways, I just thought it was curious that that particular event happened and that particular manifesto that says the Chinese and the Americans both have drones that are popping out of the as a show of force, which doesn't explain why our government is, if it's Chinese drones, why is our government saying it's nothing to worry about? Don't ignore the shiny lights, go about your business. Why would they be doing that? I don't know. And well, yeah, but the drones are happening all over the world, so it's not just located in New Jersey. This is a worldwide event, and I don't think the Chinese, well, they could, but I don't think the Chinese are interested in going all over the world taking a look at assets. They're pretty busy with what they got now. So I don't know. You guys see them over there in Taiwan? Oh, well, but does your news actually report on UFOs? Okay, okay. So yeah, they're not going to report that then. How are the politics there? I don't know how your government is a democratic government, and it's how many parties, how many different the on the top you have a president, obviously, right? President of Taiwan, and then do you have like demo a couple parties that oppose each other and constantly vie for? Okay, I've never actually studied your particular type of government, but I know it's got to be fairly close. Well, that's the other thing is where do you guys get your resources? I mean, Taiwan doesn't have coal and oil, so you guys import everything, right? Or do you have nuclear reactors there? But you don't have any nuclear reactors? Oh, do you? Right, right, right. So a nuclear reactor though would really reduce the amount of oil, so you're not importing a lot of oil for your power. So are you guys mainly you're mainly an electrical base? You don't rely on fossil fuels. Is it really? You guys have a lot of coal-fired power plants. Wow, I did not know that. And you guys are a fairly small island. I mean, where the hell they'd have to be scattered throughout the island in order to maintain. And you have a power grid that goes all the way around from kind of circles the island. Okay. Wow, I did not know that. Did not know that. Well, that's okay because the power grid's going to be. I got a feeling we're going to be able to. Our power grid's going to be differently in the next couple of years. We're going to find a way to. Yeah. Yeah. So this is going to be interesting times. All right. Yeah. Yeah. So is there anything else we need to talk about? Well, I want you guys to have a safe week, and I want you know, let's find the next target that's really really cool. And remember, Cygnus X1 is a good target. So if we ever get to it, I want to look at Cygnus X1. That's a black hole. A long time ago, Rush, a musical group, sang about Cygnus X1, and somebody's going to have to make it a target, and we're going to all have to look at it because I want to look at Cygnus X1. As Hey, that's not a bad idea. Why don't we set that up? We have a list of targets, cool targets that we want to look at and we want to document. So basically, we have one person, Dumbledore. Dumbledore. Dumbledore is now the keeper of the cool target pool. That is your job now, buddy. We're gonna list off a bunch of random crap that we want to see, and you're gonna have to keep track of it and occasionally surprise us with it because it's got to be double blind. But you need to make a big list of cool targets. In fact, have a cool target channel. Right. So, and that's the hard part is we're either going to have a keeper of the secrets or we're going to have a separate area completely where we can put targets that we want to look at, cool targets that we want to look at. And then we can have somebody actually research the targets and get the data and stockpile everything so we can't see it until, we draw it. Exactly. Yeah. Right. 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 And that's the thing is the person who's going to stockpile it's got to take the target, take it apart. So if once we get bigger, we would have to pay somebody to sit there and go, here's a bunch of really cool targets. We're going to put them in a kind of like Lynn Buchanan's forum. You remember how you would go onto his where he had a target of the day, and it was really cool. It's so well done. And that's kind of what we need for cool target picks is a, yeah, there's no way I can do it because I am way too random. But yeah, that would be, in fact, I need to get Dumbledore hooked up onto my website so he can play with that, and that would be a cool place to stash all that stuff. So, all right, cool. I'm gonna go feed my chickens. God, this is such a good target. So, all right, so I'm gonna call it, and we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do for the winner of the contest, and then I'm gonna take care of Mana. Mana won the contest for, well, won the data part of the contest for my geolocate. So, all right, well, I will see you guys next week. Thank you all for coming in, man.